What is up, CTC family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin. And today I want to give you guys 3 tips for profitable cryptocurrency trading. We also want to talk about Bitcoin possibly going to 10K, and we're going to quickly discuss whether the Neo hype is over for right now. So we're going to give it a few seconds. Let some live viewers come into the stream. Please hit that like and subscribe. Also turn on post notifications so you can be aware of when we do these streams. Share this on Twitter and all that good stuff. Anybody who you feel like could benefit from this information. We're going to give it a few seconds and then we're going to take off. So I'm going to take my own advice here and I'm going to share this out on Twitter. And let everyone know that we are live right now. It's important that you guys hit that like button. Helps other people find the stream. All right, so like I said before in my last video, let me come over here and get the background that matters. So in my last video, I said that I was going to come and give you guys 3 cryptocurrency tips for profitable cryptocurrency trading. All right. And as promised, I'm going to come and give you these tips. Now, it is very important that in trading or investing, you have a game plan. Now, your game plan may be specific to you. It may be something that you've adopted from a mentor and that you're molding into your own type of thing. But everybody's plan is different, but it's very important that you stick to your plan. And being that it's important that you stick to your plan, I also think that it's very important that you write things down. All right. I started this book when I bought my first Bitcoin, which was in February 2015. I bought my first Bitcoin. So I started this book. These tips were things that I've already had because I was trading before cryptocurrency. So these tips were things that I was already developing and working on my discipline with. But I find that writing them down helps a lot. So when you write something down, it becomes a little bit more realistic. So everybody out there, whether you like to type or whatever it is, have it on your computer or whatever, get yourself a little book. And write down some rules to your game plan, whether it be for trading or investing in cryptocurrencies. Whether it is you're not going to invest in a cryptocurrency that has this amount of a market cap unless they have certain things going on. You won't invest in it, or whatever the rule is. Let me quickly check the stream and see if we'll take off. All right, so we got a few viewers. Everybody hit that like button and please share this out. All right, so like I said, in my opinion, it is very, very important that you write these things down. All right, guys, write these things down. All right. So the first tip that I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to give you guys these tips, and then I'm going to explain why I think that they're important. All right. So the first tip that I'm going to give you guys is do not trade off of the news alone. Now, what does that mean? What do I mean by do not trade solely off of news? Now, if you weren't involved in a coin, like let's say Ripple or let's say even Neo, for example, for right now, because Neo did have talks of an announcement. I think it was multiple announcements, so they did one already, and I think one is going to be happening today, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere around there. Sometime today. But it is important to not solely trade off of the news alone. And while we're talking, let's pull up the Neo chart, because that's what we do here. We're not going to just talk about a news event or the fundamentals. We're going to mix it up and try to break down both for you guys. All right. So right here, within this candle, this was the we're going to have a big announcement in 3 days. All right. We got a nice big move. All right. In my last video, I said that if I was to get into this market, I would be looking to get in at the 50% mark of this candle. And that's because after big volume candles like this, the market tends to like to pull back at least 50% or sometimes a little more into the volume candle before proceeding up. Now, let's say if this market was just, still up here and I'm trading solely off of news. That means I would make an entry around right here, right? Let's say if I made an entry around this mark right here, simply because of NEO saying that, they're going to have an announcement or whatever. Now I get into this market and instantly what happens? The market continues to starts to pull back. Why? Because in my opinion, right at this level, we didn't get any technicals. There are no technical reasons for NEO to go up. Actually, the market is showing a downward move. Before this announcement, the market was showing a downward move within NEO. So there are no technicals here. So this was basically a 100% just a news move. Now, I'm not hating on NEO. Like I said, I was just a part of the 1,000 NEO club. I just sold off 1,000 NEO. So I'm not hating on NEO. I trade anything that's profitable and not scammy. But you don't want to get into things that are, you don't want to get into something because of an announcement, a conference, or... Now, I personally do get into things like that, but the technicals have to be right. If the technicals were right here before this announcement, then I would say NEO is super bullish. But because the technicals, as far as my trading style, were not right, I'm going to say that this NEO trade isn't the best trade. But if I'm feeling a little risky, I do have a game plan for these type of trades. Like I said, the volume candle would push. I would wait for a retracement, 50% of the body, and then I would make my entry. So far, the risky style, if I was to implement it, would be working right now. But I can't really call it because this is a live candle right here. So I can't really 100% call it. But you don't want to trade solely off of news. The best trades that you guys are going to get are going to be a combination of news and technicals. All right. News and technicals. Great support levels or great Fibonacci levels combined with news. Those are the ones we're looking for. Those are the ones that are going to make us the big bucks. So before we go on to the next tip, let me check the health of the stream. All right. We got a couple people in here. Like I said, everybody go and hit that like button. Let me check the chat. I hate this keypad thing. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Everybody hit that like button. Max, Ronnie, Jay, what's up? Everybody hit that like button. Helps more people find the stream. All right, so we're going to go on to the next tip. And like I said, if you just got here, in my opinion, it is very important that you write down your tips. Whether you're a trader, whether you're an investor in cryptocurrency or any kind of market, Forex or whatever. Because I started developing these in the beginning of my trading journey, and that was before I found out about cryptocurrency. But I fine-tuned them and I've added more to them. So I'm going to give you the ones that I think are important for cryptocurrency. So the first one I gave you was do not trade off of the news alone. In my opinion, the best trades are going to be a combination of news and technicals. All right, so we want it to be at a good technical level first. So if we get a word of an announcement and it gives us a nice pop, we feel a little bit more comfortable getting into continue to get into the trade because the technicals were solid prior to the talks of the announcement. All right. So the next one is an important one, and I think I probably should have made this number one. All right. The next one is do not blindly take other people's trades without doing your own homework. I could drop the mic and walk away with that one. no matter how much of the technicals I get up here, let's do one real quick. Let's do one. No matter how much technicals I get up here and do, right? And no matter how much you like them, or you're like, whether you think I'm really good at technicals or whether you think my technicals suck, that's your opinion. But if you do think my technicals are good and you do like what I'm saying about a specific coin at a specific time, that doesn't mean that you should go and get this coin. All right? What that means is that you should go and do your own research, do your own due diligence on the coin, especially if it's a coin that you've never been involved in. Go do some fundamentals. Go tap into the fundamentals. A lot of people think that it's cool to trade and invest these things that you have no fundamentals on. You need some fundamentals with these projects because, you know, you may think that the idea is silly. And if you don't do the fundamentals, you may get into the project, find out what it's about, realize that the idea is silly, and then everyone else already found that out and they're starting to dump. And now you're losing money. All right, so do your own research. All right, now, in my opinion, the 0.4631897 level for Ethereum is a pretty strong level as far as BTC, ETH BTC pair. So this is the ETH BTC pair. This is Bittrex. This is a very strong level for. This is a very strong level for Ethereum. Let me move this from behind my head so you guys can see it. All right. So this is a strong level for Ethereum right here. All right, and it's coming from a lower level that's even stronger. We didn't get an exact touch right here, but we got an approach. Then we got bullish signals and a continuation to the push up. Now, in my opinion, ETH BTC is not bullish right now. As far as ETH BTC, now ETH is very bullish against the USD against the US dollar right now. So that's just my opinion. But no matter what I say, the moral of the story is go do your own research. Never take anyone's trades blindly. That's not cool. Do not do that. All right. And we're going to get into the last tip. And then we are going to get into some talks about Bitcoin possibly hitting 10K and some other things. Let me check the chat real quick. What are some good technical indicators? I have a thing about indicators. I personally don't really like them like that. And I see a lot of people you know, they're using multiple indicators, and you know that's cool, but I personally don't really like them. Now, there are some good indicators, but it depends on how you're using them. Now, I like the moving averages. What I like to do is put on a fast moving average and a slower moving average. So right now I have on a 7 and a 14 moving average. So this is a 7-day. The blue is the 7-day. The 14 is the red. So I like to use that because they're quicker moving averages. They give us quicker moves. The higher the moving average, the more steady the line. You know, so moving averages, you could throw some volume on there. I like to throw volume on my chart. I don't have it on right now because, you know, I'll have to turn it off anyway to really get into the candles. But I like to use volume, and I like to use RSI, but I like to check the RSI after I'm already in the trade. You know, I don't really like to judge because the RSI isn't judging the overall picture. The RSI is only judging into the past, but only on a shallow level. So it's not really giving you a overall view. But RSI, I like the RSI, I like volume, and I like moving averages. But let's get into the last tip. The last tip. Okay, the last tip is discipline. And you might say, how is that a tip? That doesn't make any sense. How is the last tip discipline? But the last tip is discipline. The last tip is discipline to do things. So it's discipline to set stop losses consecutively. You know, when you make your trades, set your stop losses. It's habit, and habit comes down to discipline. I use stop losses, but I use mental stop losses, and that's because if the market approaches an area where I consider it to hit my stop loss, I want to reanalyze. I want to analyze, why is the market here? Is it here because Bitcoin is just pushing up and it's just suppressing everything? Is it here because of bad news? Is it here because of someone in the team is found out to be doing some kind of scandal? What's going on? So I just don't want it to hit my stop loss to stop me out. But as a beginning trader and someone who's learning, I think it's very important for you to use stop losses. So the last tip is discipline. Discipline to set stop losses. Discipline to take profit at key points. All right, that itself is a discipline. People don't take profits when they're supposed to take profits. And then the market comes down and then you're like, dang, I should have sold it at 50. When it was at 50, you were like, I'm waiting for 100. But now that it's at 15, you're like, oh man, I should have sold it at 50. So discipline to take stop losses, discipline to set stop losses, discipline to take profit at key points, and discipline to stick to your game plan. All right, discipline to stick to your game plan. Let's do a bonus one. Let's do a bonus one that I think is good. Oh, and the bonus fourth one. And this is just in my opinion. People are going to disagree with me on this one. But go look at videos from people like Chris Dunn, and even Chris Dunn came out and said it one time. But, you know, people want to make a lot of money really quickly, and they think that day trading is the answer to it, but it's actually not. Big banks and institutions don't day trade. They swing trade. All right. And they swing trade and they hold for long periods of time. Now, cryptocurrency is a little different. You don't have to buy a position and hold for 6 months. You can buy a position and hold for 2 weeks. You know, a lot of people can't do that. But those are my best trades. My best trades aren't day trades. I rarely day trade. I day trade when things are going crazy and, you know, it's just an unordinary super pop in the market. But the last one is filter your trades. And what do I mean by filter your trades? We're looking for big moves only. We're not looking for day trades. All right, so let me give you an example of that. Let me check the health of the stream. Everybody go hit that like button. Everybody go hit that like button and share this out. Let me check the chat. No voice. So I'm seeing one person say no voice. Can you hear me? I would think my audio is good. Yeah, we got audio. Okay, so yeah, the last bonus tip is to filter your trades. We're only looking for big moves. Yeah, we got, I don't know. That's on your end, buddy. I have audio. My mic isn't muted. I just checked OBS and we're good. All right, we're looking for the big move trades. All right, in each one of these candles, there is all kind of moves. All right, so on a daily time frame, if you go down to the 15-minute, all you're doing is getting a closer look into the daily time frame. If you go down to the 4-hour, you're just getting a closer look. So there's all kind of action within each one of these candles that you could possibly trade on. And some people sit at their computers and trade these things for a long period of time. Okay, yes, Max says the audio is fine. Thank you, Max. All right, so some people sit at their computer and they trade these things all day. Right? They sit there and they trade these things like a 9 to 5. They're scalping. You know, they're only going for small Satoshi amounts. So if they buy something at 20 Satoshis and it goes up to 25, they'll sell, and they'll keep doing that. That is very stressful. That's one of the things that gives trading a bad name, is day trading, because it's very stressful. The success rate in the long run, and this is not my words, but I've always thought this, but it's starting to come out more. The success rate of a day trader is, in the end, 95% of day traders eventually become unprofitable in the long run. Now, you can have your short runs, and the reason for that is why you end up losing in the long run is because, you know, the more you trade, the more you open yourself up to losses. All right. People think trading is about making money. Trading is about controlling your losses. All right. So if I start off with 10 and I control my losses and I only lose 2. So when I have a big trade and make 200%, you know, now I have, you know, whatever. But if I'm not controlling my losses, I'm going to lose a lot. And then when I do win, I'm going to just break even back up to 10, you know. So it's really important to, in my opinion, not to day trade. We want these big swings. Let me take this fib off of here. We want these big swings. We want to catch swings like this. We want to catch swings from here to here. Right? That's 315% over 67 days. That now, this style gives you kind of like the best of both worlds. It gives you an opportunity to trade, and it also gives you an opportunity kind of like a buy and hold. Because if I jump in an Ethereum position, right, and I hold that position for 2 months, right, and I make 300% profit off that, stress-free, not even looking at it like that, looking at it every 2 days, that's great. I mean, you may look at it like that's not a lot. I can get 200, 300% a week in this small cap coin. Yes, you can, but the risk is much higher. The stress level is much higher. It takes much more brain power for you to sit in front of the computer all day. So we want to, the way I do it, I look to filter my trades. I'm looking to swing trade. Now, long-term trading, let me just quickly throw this in there. Long-term trading could be, I can buy it today and sell it in 2 days, or I can buy it today, sell it in 2 months, or I can buy it today and sell it in a year. People think that that's not trading. People think that if I buy Bitcoin today at 7,000 and I hold it for a year and I sell it for 25,000, that I'm not trading. They think that's buy and hold. That's trading. That's swing trading. That's trading. It's long-term trading. That's how banks and institutions trade. They don't day trade. All right. So I like to long-term trade. Now my long-terms could be, like I said, I can buy it today and sell it in 2 days, or buy it today and sell it in a month or a year or whatever. Most of the time it's like I buy it today, I sell it in 2 weeks, a week, you know, 5 days, make 70%, walk away until it pulls back, or if it gives me continuation signs. All right, so that's it with the tips. My thoughts. All right, I'll give you guys my thoughts and all that stuff on Tezos and all that after we conquer what we came here to do. Everybody, please go hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be aware when we do these streams. Also, come over here. I hate this mouse pad. I need to plug in my mouse. Also, come over here. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseThatCoin. This is where I do a lot. I do a lot of posting. I post a lot of good stuff here. I do a lot of good posting here. Talking about a lot of things. When I'm not making videos, in between my videos, you know, I'm trying to come and give you guys a video at least every day or every 2 days or so. When I'm not doing that, you know, I'm here just giving my opinion, posting charts, all kind of stuff. You can talk to me. People message me all the time. So that's that. And everybody go hit that like button. So Bitcoin USD on the Coinbase chart. All right. So yesterday in our video yesterday. So, well, let me quickly say, while I'm talking about Twitter, I posted on Twitter that like maybe 2 weeks ago, 9K Bitcoin before we get a pullback. That's my opinion. That's where the next Fibonacci level is to me. From me setting it up on my chart, from my analysis, the next Fibonacci level is at 9,000. And like I said, Fibonacci or support and resistance, it's really a sliding scale. So just because I say it's 9,000, it could really be 8,900. It could be 9,100. You know, it's a sliding scale. It's not just that specific area. But I also said in my video yesterday that we have to get a close above this line, right? We have to get a close above this line. Wait, let me see. Throw an indicator on here. What's the thing? Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of indicators, but some of them are very, very useful. Like volume. Volume, moving averages. RSI is cool too, but I look at the RSI after I'm already in the trade. So these last couple days, yeah, we're getting up moves, but the volume isn't great. All right. And I also said in my last video that we have to close above this line right here. But the thing I don't like about this close above this line, I said that I don't want it to like peekaboo. This is like a peekaboo. This is like it just, you know, like peeking its head. Like I want a volume close. All right. Now, if we close like this up here, we can get a continuation. But I said that if we didn't close with volume above this line, eventually I'm going to look for a pullback into 73.68 on the light side. On the medium side, I'm going to look for a pullback into 69.78. And on the heavier medium side, we're going to look for 69, what's that, 86 on the heavier medium side. Now, we could definitely come back into 62.22. And if we were to come back into 62.22, I still would not call for a reversal of the bear trend. Now, we have to break 55.57 for me to call for a total reversal of the trend. And one of my rules is you trade with the trend until the market proves you wrong. All right. So what does that mean? That means this. Zooming out, right? Zooming out. The overall market, the overall direction for this market is upward. For me to short this market would be absolutely silly. Why? Because you do not fight the trend. You don't fight trends. You don't fight trends. Don't do it to yourself, guys. James Bond, what's up? James Bond, you're one of my moderators. And I know I made James Bond a moderator because I know he's gonna let the trolls live as long as you're not crossing the line. And I have no problem with the trolls. Living off crypto. What's up? Patrick, what's up? Taylor, what's up? I Must Dream, how you guys doing? Joshua. Prince Ia, oh, Prince Ia. Prince Ia is in the stream, guys. Everybody go and check out Prince Ia's videos. Motivational speaker, really cool guy. Definitely somebody that that inspires me. Prince Ia, what's up, man? How much profit do I take at key points? Is there a certain percentage of the bags you should? Oh, wait, okay. Before, because this is gonna start up super questions. I'm gonna get back to that right now, Prince. But let's talk about Neo really quickly. You know, because Neo had the little hype, Neo had the little pop. Like I said, I am not a hater of Neo. I just recently was a part of the 1,000 Neo Club. So I'm not a hater of Neo. I like profit. So where there's profit, as long as there's no scams going on like BitConnect and all that, then I'm with it. I'm all with that. Whether I like the fundamentals of the coin or whether I'm not a huge fan of the fundamentals, if there's profit there, and I do see some upside, I will make the profit while it's there. So I think there's a lot more upside for Neo. Now, people have been very critical of Neo. And you have to get used to this, guys. When your coin has a nice pop, in it, right? Be ready for people to for the negatives to come out, for people to amplify on the negatives, whether it be a small negative or a big negative. And I gave some of my opinions on the things about Neo's red flags yesterday. My mic wasn't on, so the audio started about maybe like 4 minutes, but I really got into that. And one of the things about it is people consider Neo to be very centralized. It's just starting off. Like I said, I don't want to use the word bootstrapping. I don't want to say that they're bootstrapping the network, but they're fortifying the network. All right. So I'm not going to really hold that against them. All right. Now there has been there was a project on built on Neo that was kind of shady, or people are saying is a scam. Now, if you're familiar with the Waves project, Waves has a problem where people can make like fake coins. Like you can make your project on Waves and it could be a legit project, and people can make a fake version of that. And the only way for you to tell the difference is if you look at the coin, there's a green check next to it saying that the team or whoever verified that this is the real project. But people don't really read fine print, and they're just trying to click and trade. So that's one of the things that's holding Waves back. People are starting to get scared that Neo may have a problem like this too, where people, it's going to be a place of, scam ICOs. I'm not really worried about that because Ethereum Classic is still here. The first project built on Ethereum Classic was a scam. All right, it was called the Borg DAO. All right, and they ran off with a lot of people's money. Scams are going to happen, and that's just that's part of one of the tips that we talked about. Never take anyone's advice without doing some kind of due diligence. Now, whether it is, let's say you like the way I do technicals and you trust my technicals. Okay, that's one thing. At least go do the fundamentals for yourself for the coin and see what the coin is about. See if the team may be good, or do something. All right, so Neo is struggling right here. It's not struggling. I'm not gonna say it's struggling because it actually hit a key buy point, and it could definitely continue up from here. So look at this point right here as a landing deck. All right, or like a runway. If Neo is gonna take off, and I expect Neo to take off, I've been calling for this for a while, and to retest its upward trend line that it broke from over here. All right, it broke this upward trend line, and the way that market moves, they break trend lines and then they come right back into them and see if it's a level of resistance. So this whole area right here, let me highlight it, is a key area for Neo. I'm expecting Neo to come back up into this area. Will this news and all of this stuff, this current news, be the reason that it goes back up there? I don't know. Hello, everybody. Hello. How you guys doing? Nog, what's up, man? Nog Fresh is also one of my new moderators as well. Everybody, please go and hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications, and all of that good stuff. All right, so let's get into some of the questions. Prince Ia asked the question back here. Like I said, check out Prince Ia's channel. He does millions of views on his motivational speeches, his motivational videos. So go check those out. Those are really dope. He says he always wants to know, how much profit do you take at key points? Now, the way that I do profit, it really depends, but there's different ways of doing it. All right. So one of the ways that you want to do it, one of the easiest and the most common ways to do it is to sell into strength. All right. So sell into strength. Now, when I used to trade the Forex market a lot, right, it was no reason to sell into strength because the Forex market is so liquid, right, that as soon as I put my order in, the order fills. As soon as I put in a close, as soon as I press to close the order, it fills. It's not like the cryptocurrency market where I put in an order to buy NEO at 0.0048 and I have to wait for somebody to come and fill it because the market isn't super liquid. So in Forex, I would enter at one position and I would try to get close to the top, or what I consider to be the top. Cryptocurrency is a little different. Let me take this off. And like I said, this is all going to be in my course. It's going to be very reasonably priced. I'm thinking about 150. It's going to get into all of this. It's going to be at chase.cointrading.com. I already got it up there hosting. I'm halfway done with the videos for the site. And I'm adding new things daily. So one of the things that I like to do as far as selling into strength, let's say if I make my entry, right? You want to sell into strength. So you want to sell there. And these numbers are arbitrary. You have to come up with your own numbers. All right. I really need to plug in my mouse. I've been saying that for days. Let's say we sell 20% there. No, let's say we sell 20% there. Right? Let's say we sell 20% there. And these would be on like certain stipulations. Let's say we make it an entry into the market. If the market goes up 20%, I'm selling 20% of my position. If the market goes up another 10% from there or 15%, I'm selling 20% of my position. If the market goes up another 15%, 20% from there, I'm selling 20% of my position. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be to do like this. All right. Let's say we get into the position. After we secure 35% or more profit, up move, right? So after the market moves up 30% or more, we sell 40%, right? So we sell 40% after the market moves up. We hold the other 60%, right? And we wait for it to approach a previous level of resistance. As it approaches that previous level of resistance, we sell another 20%. So let's say this is the level of resistance up here, right? As it approaches that level of resistance, right? So we got 60% left. We sold 40 back here. When it moved up 50%, we got 60 left. We sell 20 here. We sell 20 here, right? So now we sold off 60% of our position, all right? 40% of it we sold off, securing 35% profit. So this is the secure the bag move. This is guaranteeing us profit. Nobody ever loses guaranteeing profit, ever. It doesn't happen. You can't lose securing profit. All right, so we sell 40% after. So let's say, let me give you guys visuals, because I know I jump around a lot, but I try to keep it all relevant. So we got in down here at this green ray. The market moved up 50%. The market moved up 35%. We sold 40% of our position. We held on to 60% until the market approaches or hits a level of previous resistance. The market did that. It hit. We sold 20%, right? So now we only got 40% left. What are we holding the other 40% for? Now this is a risky play. And since this is a risky play, I would advise upping this. I would up this to maybe, since we got 60 left, I would up this to like 30%, right? And then hold 30% until we get clear indication that the market is coming down. And how do we get clear indication? By getting price action. We need some kind of form of price action, whether it be a continuation of the bear market. I'm going to get into, I don't want to really get into real detail about that because that's going to take forever. But look forward to my course, and that's going to be all in there. Yes, James Bond, you are the troll mod. Pascal coin is undervalued. Pascal coin is interesting. I'll say. Yo, I hate this keypad. Whoever thought it was a good idea to make the keypad bigger, right? And then put both left and right click into it, that wasn't smart. I don't think that was smart. Trying to see what markets we're on. Oh, Poloniex. Okay, so we could do this. PASC, right? Nope, we're not going to do USD. Ooh. Only thing is, I don't like Poloniex. Now, I don't trust any exchange, right? But I will go out on a limb and say I trust Bittrex a little bit more. Simply because all of the guys that run Bittrex, they have Twitter accounts. Verified Twitter accounts. So you know that these are these people. On top of that, they went out of their way to get a New York City a bit license. And a bit license is, if you want to do any kind of business within New York City and with Bitcoin and selling and buying Bitcoin or whatever, you have to have a license that New York City made up called the bit license. And it's very hard to get. And it's expensive. And they went out their way to get that. So I trust Bittrex a little bit more. I don't trust them with all my crypto, but I trust them. I feel a little bit better. You know, if I leave 8 Bitcoin on Bittrex for a week, I won't be super panicked. Even though I don't advise you guys to do that for long periods of time. But Pascal is at a key level of support. It's showing a lot of upside. I don't want to get too much into the technicals, but it is. And the good thing about this is it's showing all of this on the daily time frame. If you guys follow my channel, which I think you guys should, everybody should like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. But if you guys follow my channel, you're aware that I like to start off at the daily time frame. I do my analysis from the daily time frame, and then I make my entries from smaller time frames. And the reason is, look at it as I'm using my binoculars, right, to get an overall view of what's going on. And then when I go down, the binoculars is the daily time frame, and the sniper rifle, all right? So when I want to get in the close and precise, I pull out the sniper rifle, which could be an hour time frame, a 30-minute, the 4-hour, and I want to get a closer look to make my entries much cleaner. And that's the title of one of the parts in my course, which is the sniper entry, which is getting that really clean entry. And we all know trading, the market can go down before it goes up. And using the sniper entry, which is a method that I have, it's going to eliminate, you being able to, it's going to eliminate some of the risk of the market further pulling back on you a lot, before it continues to go up. So Pascal is at a really good level. There's a lot of upside in Pascal. On the light side for Pascal, as far as profit, on the light side, there's 158% in there. Maybe touching, I don't want to say all-time highs because all-time high is probably back here. So all-time high, if it retraces excuse me, not retrace because that would be wrong terminology, but same thing. But if it pushes back up, there's a few 1,000% in there. So there's a 10x within Pascal. I did a video about Pascal when it first came out, and it was a super hype about Pascal. I was not super impressed with it at the time. It is doing something different. And the idea behind Pascal isn't something totally new. Of course, the Pascal coin is new, but the idea behind, I don't want to say the mathematics, but just the idea. I'm not sure if it's exactly the mathematics. It was a long time ago when I did my in-depth research, but right now at this level, we could, bought 10K ODN. Oh, you went big. So you got, if you bought 10,000 Obsidian, you have enough for a master node. I have, and I'm going to post the event today. So I did the cover work, the cover art, the thumbnail for the Obsidian event. They're going to have a rebranding, new logo, new roadmap, new white paper, new website, I don't think new website, but new partnerships. Christmas, the Android app is coming out. They released the software for other people to build other apps on top of Obsidian. I would hold that. If you know how to stake, there are a few videos out there showing you how to stake Obsidian. I would stake it, especially if you don't plan on like just catching a quick pump. I would stake it, forget about it for 3 months and come back and see, how much. The stake rewards are pretty good too for Obsidian. I've been loading up on the Obsidian for a while. That Prince Ia account is a fake. I don't know if that's the reason that I say that. The reason why I don't know if it's a fake, because me and Prince Ia, we messaged each other on Twitter, and we also. Oh, that's not. I think this is the real Prince Ia. So I mean, if this is a fake Prince Ia, I don't know, but we actually do talk to each other. So yeah, I don't think this. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Pascal undervalued. Blah, blah. All right, yeah. So that's. Let's check the stream. That's pretty much the stream. If you guys, if you guys don't have any more things to talk about, so I hope that answered your question, Princia. Just. There's different ways. You can sell into strength. So you can sell. You have to come up with a stipulation for yourself. Let's say if the market moves up 20%, you sell a certain amount. Then if it moves 10% from there, or you could use, which is a little bit more risky method. Let's go back to that chart. I think it was the ETH chart, right? ETH BTC. Polonium? No, Bittrex. No, what chart was it? Was it BTC USD? Coinbase? Okay, so it had to be Neo then. Neo BTC. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, so like I said, you could do whether it is you set up okay, you make your entry into the market. If it moves up 20%, you sell 20%. If it moves up 10% from there, you sell 20%, 15%. You could do that, or you could do, which is a little bit more risky method, which I tend to do. I tend to do this one sometimes, and that's because I'm a little bit more confident in my technicals. But I make my entry after the market moves up 35% or 40%. I sell off 40% of my position, securing that much. And then I look for the market to approach or hit key levels of resistance. I sell off a set percent. I said 20. I would go with 30 though. Sell off 30%. And then I would look for a continuation I would look for a bear pattern before I sold off. And me doing that, it's giving me an opportunity to create more upside. If I sell 40% here and 20% here, I still have 40% of my position that can still keep going up if the coin keeps mooning. But if I sell off all my position here or sell off all my position here and the coin keeps going up, that's what creates people not being satisfied with their profits and then jumping back into the market only to get pulled back on. So I hope I'm what Jay-Z said, dropping jewels on you guys but this is free 99. I hope I'm giving you guys some jewels that are for free 99 right now. Do I think we have a large BTC run? It can kill off a lot of alts. See, the alt market right now, right? And Obsidian chart is a perfect example of it. Stratus, I'm not gonna do Obsidian because I don't want to hear you guys say I'm shilling. But let's do Stratus. Stratus is one that I'm always very bullish on. So Stratus is one that I've been calling for an up move. All right. Now I've been calling for an up move in Stratus. This is what I'm seeing in Stratus. All right. I call for the up move here at this level. Right as I made the call for the up move, of course, Bitcoin had a crazy breakout. The market pushed down. Right. But what I'm seeing for Stratus is a slight sloping, upward sloping trend line that the market is continuously respecting, even though Bitcoin is pushing up. Now, if Bitcoin goes to 10,000 from here, like violently, yes, we're going to see some sell-offs. We're going to see alts go a lot lower. Even if it doesn't go up violently, if it goes up a little bit more, we're going to see some sell-offs. But the sell-offs in alts are getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and the volume is getting lighter and lighter as far as on the bear side. So if we go to 10,000, yes, alts are going to go down more. Will we get to go to 10,000? I don't know. I think we're going to get to 9,000 and then reject 9,000. And also, a lot of people don't realize, in my opinion, right, guys, we could go a few more years and make a lot more money without Wall Street or any kind of traditional anything being involved. People are so hyped for Wall Street to get in, but they don't understand that a lot of the people on Wall Street are want to get into Bitcoin to short it. They're excited for Bitcoin derivatives so they can short it. They want to short this thing down. Some of them are bullish, but they want to short this thing down. All right. So, and when people realize that, I don't know how long it's going to take for people to realize that. And it's going to be very interesting to see how people react. It's going to be very interesting. Everybody go hit that like button, turn on post notifications, share this out. Let me share this out on Twitter again. All right. So since do you guys have any more questions? Let me know. If there's no more questions, I appreciate you guys. I need multiple streams of passive income. I don't know. Multiple streams of passive income. I don't know. I hope you're not thinking about joining BitConnect. Sounds like you're thinking about joining BitConnect, man. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, no, you do need multiple streams of passive income, definitely. You could always start a business and accept Bitcoin. You can always do a lot of research into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and get a deep understanding of it and start doing consulting. You can always trade Bitcoin, which I don't advise people to do, but I do think anyone can trade Bitcoin, and I trade Bitcoin. I just don't advise people to do it because it's a journey, and you can start to learn. I've had students, right, that I've taught them, right, and in 2-3 weeks, they are very good. They are very good. They're showing me their charts, and it's like I'm talking to myself. They pick up on it really quickly, and not only do they pick up on it really quickly, they have the discipline to keep to repeat it and not change it, and not be like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this time, but next time I'm gonna change it. They repeat it, and I have other students that just don't get it, But I do think trading is something anybody can do, and there's different trading styles. Just like Adam Meister, whether you're doing a buy and hold, I think Adam Meister is more so a buy and hold kind of guy. But whether you buy it at one price in 2016 and sell it at another price in 2018, that is trading. That's long-term trading. So whether you want to consider yourself a trader or not, I'm not speaking specifically to Adam Meister. Adam Meister is someone that I like a lot. I've been on his show. I'm just mean like, you guys have to understand what trading is. You might not be a day trader, but if you buy at one price and sell at another price, even if it's years away, that is trading. Banks and institutions trade like this. Pancake says Wall Street shorting is good in order for BTC futures to be successful, in my opinion. I mean, Bitcoin shorting is good. I don't know because it's really weird because this situation is different because they'll be able to short Bitcoin, right? They'll be able to short Bitcoin, but people will be able to go to Coinbase and buy Bitcoin, or people will be able to go to local Bitcoins and buy Bitcoin or buy Bitcoin from their friends. So it's going to be like a power struggle, and in actuality, Wall Street has much more money than we do. Even though we do have a $200 and something billion market right now, Wall Street has much more money to manipulate the market. And the more form of derivatives or basically different forms of Bitcoin that aren't Bitcoin, like futures and things that you can trade that aren't Bitcoin, the more of those that there are, the easier it is to push Bitcoin price down, in theory. And I think that before that point, a lot of people are going to have to get it into their head that we control Bitcoin. The Wall Street, if anything, they should want to get on the ride with us because we know where this thing is going. And I think a lot of them want to get on the ride to go against it because they don't believe in it. And I also saw something saying that Bitcoin futures could be the start of the next Great Depression or something like that. I don't want to say Great Depression or the financial collapse or something like that. I didn't really read into that. I just saw it and was like, whoa, I got to read that. No, for real. No, Nog first says I'm gonna start staking ODM for passive income. That's what you're supposed to do with the staking coins. Now that you said that, good thing. That's a form of passive income. Stake the coins. Proof of stake is going to be really big, in my opinion, at least. Proof of stake is going to be pretty big. In my opinion, alts are going to moon. Alts are going to moon. Alts are going to moon. Because I think there's going to be a set of people that once Bitcoin futures start really trading and they're going to, the traditional market starts to short Bitcoin down. Because mind you, you're going to have Wall Street shorting with futures. You're going to have people on BitMEX shorting with futures, shorting with Bitcoin. So that's just increasing the, there's already a big pool of shorters within Bitcoin. I personally don't think that shorting any cryptocurrency is a smart idea 95% of the time because the upside for cryptocurrency is much higher than the downside. So I'm not big for shorting cryptocurrencies. I am one for buying off and selling back. I did that with my Obsidian. I sold off because I predicted it was going to go lower. It went lower. I bought back in, increased my position significantly. And due to me increasing my position so much, I was able to sell off some of it and get some of the money back that I put into it. So that was kind of cool. All right, guys, I don't want to make this one too long. We're kind of running out of things to talk about. Until next time, like I said, be on the lookout for a video from me tomorrow. I'm going to post the event for the Obsidian live stream that I'm going to do. Everybody hit like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be aware of when we do the streams. All right. And until next time, see, this is why I hate this. Until next time, keep chasing that coin, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you guys in the chat.